Hey guys, welcome back to the homestead. I want to show you what I'm doing in my orchard slash berry patch. The things that I've been working on all spring long that are ready to enjoy during the summer. I think it's looking pretty nice and I want to show you. So let's get going on our growing. All right, so the first stop on this backyard or front yard tour is going to be the bees. So recently I turned 43 and my son bought me bees for us to try again. And he's going to teach me how to use them before he leaves on a church mission here. And he leaves in like 15 days. It's crazy. Today's April 20th. He leaves May 5th. I'm going to miss that little kid. But bees are here, and I'm sure they're going to help with all the pollination that we're doing. So I just set up today, I set up a little pad of mulch. We're going to move the bees on top of that so weeds don't grow up like they did last time, causing massive death and extinction of our bee population. That sucked. So you guys just saw a video on this. I've got, I think 80 in this group right here. They're all different varieties going down the rows. And I've got the watering set up. I've only had to water like one other time since I made that video. And that's pretty good because we've had quite a bit of rain. We did have a frost which took out 2 of my Isa kiwis, but you can see that they're coming back strong. This is a meter male kiwi plant that I'm going to allow to grow. Down here, there's a little prolific. I don't know if it's going to make it. It has some growth. And there's my Anna kiwi and my other Isa, which already has a lot of new growth. So that's what I'm going to keep on the back. I'm going to reinforce this trellis system. I'll do a video on kiwis, don't worry. But this is where we're going, guys. We are going to go check out the entire front yard orchard, minus the fig trees that haven't woken up yet. So walking up on this guy, this is my native persimmon tree that I planted, and it's just barely starting to show signs of life. And I'm excited because this one will be my first one that I've planted. We're gonna come up here, and this is a pineapple pear. Now I'm gonna walk down this front row on my way back because there's a lot less I want to talk about with this and a lot less to show you. But that's my mulberries. They bloomed and looked beautiful this year. And then we got a late frost and everything died. So here's some of my, I'm gonna call these my overflow blueberries. I put them out here. The soil didn't have time to adjust, so I can't tell you for sure if they're gonna do well, but so far they're flowering and they look good. And then this row, all the way down, is my Haskaps. And for the most part, they are either tundra or aurora. So I believe aurora, tundra in there. I just spaced them. This is the last row. I had to use 2 auroras because I ran out. Then I've got right here and right here are my apricot trees. And they have not produced any fruit, and I don't think they will because they do have really early blooming. So looking down this row, I have my 2 apriums. I forget the version that this one was, but I'm 99% sure because it died and this came back, and that is the rootstock of another plant. I'm just going to see what it comes up with. I might graft something onto it. Walking down here, I have one of my plurries, a pluot, another plurry. That one right there is a plurry, and the rest of these guys are cherries, which is really cool. I love my cherries. I actually got to eat some off of this one, and I'm hopeful to be able to start getting more. I'm kind of wanting these to get a little better in size, but they're growing. So coming around the mountain, here we come. I've got my currants and gooseberries. If you guys have followed my channel a little bit, I have some videos like keeping current on the currants. I'm not going to go through all the named varieties here because I don't remember them, and I don't even know if I wrote them down. It's the one bad thing about planting so much. But I will say we're seeing flowers. That's pretty awesome. I'm not sure if those were flowers too, but hopefully, don't wake the baby one. Hey there, buddy. You're doing good. These are, and this is where the currant patch begins, and those are definitely blooming. They look beautiful. This guy right here, I know I saw, yeah. Let's see if I can get that to focus. That's a currant. That'll be something fun to try. There's a little bit bigger group of them right there. So yay, currants. And then this one is full of them. So that'll be a fairly productive plant once it starts maturing. And then, well, that one's even got some. I guess I'm gonna have some currants this year. Ooh, ooh. You know what's cool when you haven't even spotted this? You've been out here doing yard work and never been able to enjoy anything, and you finally get to stop and smell the roses. Well, that is my jostaberry, which is a hybrid between currants and gooseberries. All right, so we're gonna look at this row. I'll swing by the peaches because they're actually what I'm excited the most about during this tour. And we did it, guys. Finally put up some trellises for our blackberries and raspberries. Now, this little area right here is some like odd duck varieties. I've got some that I love, like boysenberries and tayberries and marionberries, and a few raspberries that sounded pretty cool. And these are the original blueberries I planted. These are, I believe, a southern high bush, and they sure are pretty plants. Even if I never get any major fruit crops off of them, they're gorgeous. And I just gave them a nice little mulch bath. And then the remainder of this row is the nursery that I got my blueberries from sent me way more than I paid for, and so I wasn't necessarily prepared for it. And I planted them on this row. This was originally just going to be for my meter plants. I don't remember what these are. I don't even know what they are anymore. I think they're some little fruit. Guys, you ever just get like super obsessed with finding new things? You don't even care, and then you get them, and then like you go on to the next obsession, and it's just a cycle. You don't even remember half the crap you have when it comes to plants. But that I don't remember, I'm gonna walk down my 3 main rows here. On the front parts, I have some raspberries, and I have some raspberries, and I have some raspberries, and then once it gets back, it's all blackberries. But I don't remember what most of these are, but it's really cool. I'm very happy with these trellises. They're very simple trellises. I might do a video on them because they are so incredibly simple. Aren't those beautiful? Oh, they smell great. I know the bees have been everywhere on these. Man, sometimes you just got to stop and smell the roses. And just check this out. Like, it looks so cool, all trellised like this. What was happening before is they'd just be on the ground here, and then I just mow them over, and I lost a lot of growth opportunity doing that. When we built this is the very first thing we put in, and it has not looked good until this last week. And we didn't manage the spacing very well. We did a few things wrong, like even this row right here. I got to figure out something with it. I'll probably just fill it with wood chips because we spaced that way too close together. I mean, I could move everything. It's not like I can't do it, but all right, guys, I'm gonna tell you guys what these are on the way back because I have something cool to show you with them. But I'm gonna come over here to the pawpaw patch. This is where we keep the pawpaws. If you guys have done a lot of research like me, probably did everything wrong anyway, but they say pawpaws grow best near creeks, and my creek is right over here. I'll show you guys that in a second. And so this ground, you can even feel it just walking on it. It is a more moist soil. I would not say it's a well-draining soil. And here I have my pawpaw that I put a ton of amendments on, and I've been doing some comparison videos. I'm going to do one more, but it's basically just going to say that this pawpaw died. The one that didn't have any amendments died. Then coming over here, I have my other 2 pawpaws. And aside from giving them some good soil when I planted them, they didn't have really any amendments, but I'm really relying on like the creek atmosphere for that. And then guys, check this out. This big beautiful tree right here that's starting to fill with leaves is one of the giant persimmons on our property. Not to mention black walnut, black walnut, black walnut. If you like black walnuts, this is black walnut heaven. I keep forgetting to move this when I'm mowing the lawn. Woo! Bye-bye. All right, so walking back to those that I was talking to you guys about. These are elderberries. And I've got an Adams elderberry, which is this first one. And then the next one is a John's elderberry. These are both just good cultivars of native black American elderberry. So I want to introduce you guys to something. I think I should be able to do this since it's a cultivar that's discovered on my property. But I've got several wild elderberries. So introducing I'm going to call this one the Jerry elderberry. My dad's name's Jerry, and he's elder. And when I get one of these two, probably this big papa right here, I'll name it the Dennis elderberry after my father-in-law. Don't worry, he'll never watch this. We're fine. But here is one of my pride and joys. This is one of our peach trees. Got so many peaches on this sucker that we're actually going to have to thin it out. I haven't had to thin out a plant since I moved here, and there's probably 100 peaches, if not more, on that little peach tree. And this other one I got, same exact situation. It is loaded with some nice looking peaches. So if you want to know what kind they are, just put in the comments. I think it's a Red Haven and a Contender. Woo! I love the motorcycles. All right, so on beautiful days like this, there's so many of them that come down our road. Right here is a wild cherry tree, massive. I've done a video on it. Really cool tree. And then that kind of concludes our little tour. Well, maybe not totally over, because my mulberry is giving me new mulberries. You guys ever have that where they die, come back, and bring you a fruit when they do? Oh, that one too. Very cool. And just so you guys know, I will do an update when my figs wake up. It's May 20th, and the figs are not yet awake. So hopefully you thought this was a cool video. Hopefully it inspires you to get out there and garden. This is just my front yard tour. I still have my pecan little patch in the back, and I've got just a bunch of chestnuts and weird things in the front over here too. But although I'll do those for another video. We'll catch you later. Bye.